we want to start in a little pan like this, melting some butter. We don't want it too hot, so we can take the pan off a little bit. While we're doing that, we're going to dice an onion. Kind of small dice like this. Once the onion is diced, we're going to use this for flavor because we're going to make a béchamel sauce, a classic, one of the 5 mother sauces, also known as a cream sauce. I'm also going to just shave a little garlic. Now, we're going to take that onion into the butter, onto the stove, and we're going to begin sauteing the onion. Now, the next thing on this béchamel is to cook the onion with a little bit of salt, a little cayenne pepper, a little fresh ground pepper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add flour to this mixture. A little bit at a time. You can always add, but we want to get the right amount of flour to make a roux, which is a thickening agent. And you know, with any thickening agent that you cook with, whether it's a roux or cornstarch, arrowroot, you'll never know how thick it's going to be until it fully comes to a boil once you add the liquid. So I have a little bit more liquid in here. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. It's generally half and half, meaning 50% fat to flour. All right, once this cooks about 2-3 minutes, then what we're going to do is we're going to add our liquid. In this case, being a béchamel sauce, we're going to add milk. We're going to add cream. The most important part of this now is to make sure you stir in. You see, I've got this wooden spoon. I have about 20 of them in my kitchen. They're fantastic. We're going to work in this till it comes to a boil. While this is working on coming to a boil, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to blanch some baby spinach. I've got some salted water here. And we're going to add lots of fresh spinach with a little pinch of salt. And then what we're going to do is just press it into the water. It's not going to take very long at all. Meanwhile, our béchamel over there, looking good, stirring in. Now, if it's too thick, you could just add a little bit more liquid, a little more milk or a little bit of cream, perhaps maybe a little chicken broth. And then the spinach right now is completely blanched already. Then what we want to do is we're going to take our spinach to the sink. We're going to strain it. And then you're going to really want to drain it good. And then you're going to want to press it to get all that water out. Our béchamel sauce, I've lowered the heat. It's cooked. Now, what you might want to do now, before you start adding everything, is sort of taste this and kind of say, well, it needs a little bit more salt. It could certainly use a bit more pepper. And now we're ready to put this together. I'm going to come back to that. The spinach we pressed and really got all of the water as much as we could out of that. I like fresh spinach. You could use frozen spinach. I happen to be a kind of a fresh spinach kind of guy. We're going to just rough chop this. Then to the rough chopped spinach. Now here's what we're going to do. First thing to the béchamel sauce, I'm going to add cheese, which is now going to make it a cheese sauce or a Mornay sauce. Then we're going to put the spinach in there. And now what we're going to do is have some fun with it and add a couple of other ingredients. I happen to like some artichokes. I want to add a little acidity to this. No seeds. So adding acidity like lemon. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh lemon juice in here. No seeds. Okay. So a little lemon juice. Then for me, I want to add some brie cheese in here too. So what I do is I just take what I'm going to use for brie, let's say about that much. Chop it up in chunks. Now I've added some bacon with that brie cheese. See it starting to melt? You see it getting stringy like that? How good that looks? And then to kick it up one more notch, what we're going to do is we're going to add some crab meat. And I've picked through the crab meat so there's no shells. And then basically what we're going to do is just incorporate this. We take a little bit of that, stick it right inside the coffin like this. And then you can put out some crackers with a spoon. It's absolutely delicious. Now, what I'll do is I'll generally just take this part off. Save this for some croutons. And then we have a beautiful little presentation like that of a little crab meat, spinach and artichoke dip.